A very good evening to everyone. So, myself, Himani Gautam, Vice President, Just Agriculture, the magazine. So, I cordially welcome all to the last day of Drone Manthan program. And Team Just Agriculture is very grateful to all the worthy speakers and participants who are joining through YouTube for participating in this unique training program. So, this is the last day of training program, but trust me that this is not an ending. But this is just a beginning because now you have much clarity about drones, their uses, the policies which government of India is framing and their scope in India. So now you can start working on your dream project with much more clarity. और जैसा कि हम सबको पता है कि ड्रोन टेक्नोलॉजी को लेकर इंडिया में जो क्रेज है वो बहुत ही अनमैचेबल है। और जब हमने एग्रीकल्चर 4.0 की शुरुआत की थी तो उस टाइम हमारे पास बहुत सारी क्वेरीज आई थी रिगार्डिंग ड्रोन्स की ट्रेनिंग। और हमें पता चला था कि हमारी ऑडियंस कितनी ज्यादा एक्साइटेड है टू लर्न अबाउट ड्रोन्स। तो उसी बात को ध्यान में रखते हुए हमने ड्रोन मंथन का आयोजन किया। और ये हमारी ऑडियंस का हमारे लिए प्यार है और एक विश्वास है हमारे प्लेटफॉर्म पे कि इस ट्रेनिंग में 10,000 से भी ज्यादा लोगों ने रजिस्टर किया। और ये ट्रेनिंग जस्ट एग्रीकल्चर की ओर से एक कोशिश है आप सबको ड्रोन्स के बारे में ज्यादा जानकारी प्रोवाइड करने की और एक्सपर्ट्स के साथ आपकी इंटरेक्शन करवाने की और आपके जितने भी डाउट्स हैं उनको क्लियर करवाने के लिए। और इसी ट्रेनिंग की सीरीज को आगे बढ़ाते हुए आज के हमारे गेस्ट हमारे बीच हैं मिस्टर देवेश झा। ही इज द फाउंडर एंड एमडी ऑफ डे बेस्ट। So today sir is going to talk about benefits of unmanned aerial vehicle in entrepreneurship. And before inviting sir to deliver his insightful talk, I would like to tell about our audience about the company Daybest and about sir. So Mr. Devesh Jha is the founder and MD of Daybest, which has started delivering vaccine in India with ICMR, and it is highly appreciated by World Health Organization, UNICEF, Government of India, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. So Mr. Jha comes from a small village called Kanholi, or this is in Madhubani district of Bihar. So Daybest is building drones and unmanned aerial vehicles, robots, and IoT, satellite and spacecraft, and electric and amphibious robotics. And it is dedicated to agriculture, defense, space exploration, airlines, healthcare, smart village, education, logistic, and cargo. So Daybest is building Kisan Station, which is knowledge intelligence provider of drone platform, use images analysis, sensor analysis, and spectral analysis for solution for early stage disease detection in crops and in taking prevention measures while solving the problems in the supply chain and source tracing. So Daybest has made presence over United Kingdom, Vietnam, and African countries for serving agriculture, healthcare, and homeland security. So now, without wasting much time, I would like to invite sir to deliver his talk. So welcome, sir, and over to you. Kindly grace our virtual podium.
First of all, let me congratulate you for completing this session Agriculture 4.0, and thank you for inviting me. I don't consider myself an expert, but still, after years of working with agriculture domain, so I'm delighted to share my insights about what the practical problems customers, farmers are facing, and what are the actual industrial challenges, and as well as the people who are venturing in the agriculture. So let me share you the first slide. So like why drone? If you will ask me, I will start from this thing, that why actually drones, why it came in the picture. So we have the, like if we start about, there are 2 to 3 things needed to be considered. Agriculture were earlier taken as like a taboo thing, like someone, a huge amount of talent pool are they were not trying to come in agriculture. Like if you are an engineer, you are happy to work with a call center, but you will not work in the farmland. So one thing was that was in the brain. When these like Ola came and that revolutionized the entire the automation, the automobile industry, the taxi industry. Similarly, the Zomato came. A lot of employment opportunity just came in existence because of the real-time data about who are hungry and where is the restaurant. So in the similar kind of things, when you have the data about the standing crop, We all know that name of the farmer and all. A lot of a lot of bigger companies were working towards in that direction. So, but for the small and marginal farmer, the new technology intervention needed in a mass level. Suppose if you are a big farmer, big farmer means that you are owning a land of more than 4 acre, 5 acre, 7 acre. Then for you buying a equipment is very easy. But if you are a farmer who is having just less than 1 acre, so you can't afford bigger equipments and all. So again, these things, then the custom hiring center, everything came in the existence. But these custom hiring center cannot work if they won't have the idea about that how much a farmer needed. So a two-way communication was needed. So in 2015-16, I saw an opportunity that how I could be able to mix some of the equipments like in the US and China. A lot of flying vehicle was flying. Like there, it was like good to see that bigger helicopters are flying. Then I thought that it would be good if we could make a system where we could fly from the sky and capture the data, and we should know about the standing crop for 2 terms. One, for the perspective of marketing, that how I can market these produce even before the harvesting, and second, about the disease and anatomy purpose, like how we could study about. So like we know that when suppose when the diagnosis was not existing, still we were trying to cure and trying to do the treatment. But these diagnoses came and the entire medical industry changed, the treatment changed. In the similar way, still a lot of farmers were losing their crop because they were not treating the crop when the early stage symptoms were coming. If they are seeing it's visible with the naked eye, then only they were treating, and it become very late. So like in potato, if you are finding something today and you have just 2 to 3 days and you will lose the crop. So these were the actual problem, what we are seeing it. And then we thought that how we should make it affordable. Then the third challenge was I was facing that if there is someone who is very highly technical, who can build a drones, but he don't know about the agriculture. The person who knows they are the agriculture scientists, but they don't know the remote sensing data. Here comes the academics collaboration. Then we got incubated by ICR, and they have the wonderful and then some kind of initiative like Just Agriculture has started. Another like after 2015, a bigger initiative kind of things has been started. Then we got a lot of support from the agriculture universities that they were really like Bihar Agriculture University, Sabor. They started to study our data, and then we came on the conclusion that we should work on a like suppose if you are a if you are an X-ray person, right? So like if we got ill today and we go to the X-ray person, X-ray persons do the X-ray, and that X-ray goes to the doctor, then doctor study and then they prescribe it. Suppose the doctor is unable to read that X-ray, he can't write the prescription. So then we got to know that we should, when we are analyzing data, we should make it like this, any agriculture scientist could be able to read, so they could write the symptoms. That's how this company born, and then slowly. But I was visualizing these things will take time. But we had to run this company, so we venture in defense and also just to survive ourselves. But our main focus was the agriculture. So first thing, when I'm talking about data, a lot of work was being done by bigger companies, those companies who are buying the produce like Cargill, ITC, bigger FMCGs company we are venturing. They were trying to do the digital farming like ITC and all. And other ending, these agri-input companies were trying to do the thing. So I found 4 stakeholders in the entire ecosystem. First is the government. The state and central government were trying to do a lot of effort because in India, the agriculture is being monitored by central and state government. So they were trying to subsidize and compensate a lot of the farmers. So they needed the data. Then I got to know that these agri input and output companies, like companies need the data. When I'm talking data, I'm talking about the standing crop, not just name of farmer and how much area they are on. Actual the condition of the how much acre standing crop is in the farmland right now. Then the research and the institution needed a lot of data. Then we got to then we found these farmers. Definitely farmer also need the data, but more than before going to the individual farmer, because still lots of farmers were not owning this smartphone and all. They bigger farmer only needed to, they were worrying about these things. Then we thought that we should make a Kisan station, like an airport. So first of all, if suppose someone invented aircraft, like Wright brothers invented aircraft, but a lot of companies, institutions, and academia made the airlines a successful venture. Just developing an aircraft was not the situation. Like developing the entire ecosystem was a challenge. So similarly, when you have a drone, then you have a drone station, then come the payload. So in the drones, so let me come back to the drones. When I'm talking about drones, you have a flying vehicle. It can be anything. It can be a multi-rotor. It can be a helicopter. It can be like a small eVTOL, like a small aeroplane. Then you need a payload. Payload means like sensors. So sensor is, there is a multi-spectral sensor, hyperspectral sensor. These sensors, I would like to go in the very layman language. These are studying the, like in the sunlight. Like suppose if you are going to a doctor, if you are eating well, if you're sleeping well, it means you are good. In the similar way, if the plant is making they are doing the photosynthesis, it means they are good. If there is some problem in that, it means there is some problem. Then these multispectral cameras were giving us the data about how much stress is under the plant. Then we got to know that if this stress is biotic stress or abiotic stress. These are data are coming with the drones. Then we got to know that if there is a abiotic stress, suppose there is a hailstorm, then if some intervention by the cattle or some other things has caused the problem in the crop, it's known by the farmer. But suppose it's a bacterial attack, it's a viral attack, or it's a fungal attack, then we do a ground truthing also. So these drones needed a sensor, these needed flying vehicle, and needed in the backend a processing software. These softwares could translate the symptoms in the name of the diseases. And when you know the diseases, then you must subscribe the solutions. But in duration of the 1718, we got to know that because these insecticide, pesticides are being regulated by the government. So definitely for the health. So a lot of things were needed. Like suppose you know that now you know the name of diseases. Now you know the name of the chemical you needed to put in your body, but how much? With which like you need it by injection, or you will take it by your mouth, how you will take it. So again, a lot of effort were made by government, and government came on the conclusion that we should have a SOPs for there. Suppose when you know the disease, then how we should quickly apply the medicine over the crop. As we all know that if there is an aerial application, it will be easy and quick. If you suppose like rain, if we are doing a shower, it's very quick. So in the similar way, if we want to put something over the plant in a very quick way, we can't go by foot to foot. We need to do something. So now again, the role of the drones came very crucial, from the data analysis to the real application work, like a flying robot. So we developed a spraying drones also. When I'm talking about the spraying drones, it's not just a machinery, or it's not just a tools to apply. It's a smart machine. Like you had a phone. In everybody's house, there was a phone with the landline phone. Landline phone job was just to have the conversation with you, with two people. But then came the smartphone. A smartphone is doing everything. So when I'm talking about drones, drone is smart. So it's right, it's analyzing your data, then it's doing the mechanical work also for you, not entire work. So when I'm talking about on my screen, you will be saying that the drone came, like it's completely automated. It's completely how much, like I told you, when we were doing things manually, we were doing like how much, if you want to spray something, then you do the manually. Now you have a formula. Now you have a quantity to spray. So these things were translated into where financial benefit, then the health benefit, then the environmental benefit. Over the period of personally, my company and I interacted with more than 30,000 farmers, and I had spread more than 50,000 acres of the farm. And then we got an idea. Still, the drone technology is very challenging. Still, it's like you needed. Everybody can't fly the drones. It can't fly below the trees. A lot of thing is in the picture, but still those area where comparison between manual spray and this spray, you are doing better. So Then we got to know that why the drones came in the picture. So now when we were flying the drones, and when I'm talking about drones, there are multiple drones. The drone which can cover 200 acres in a day to 2000 acres in a day. So we started to get the plot specific data. Before the drones, when the crop advisory was coming, it was generic advisory. Suppose it was a weather advisory. It's for everyone. If there is a disease specific advisory, it's for everyone. But with the drone data, we were able, if you are growing, if you are a chili farmer, so specific, your plot has grown a chili, then you will get advisory based on the chili only. You will not get the another advisory. So it's become more accurate. Then the accuracy, like when I'm talking about drones, we had a satellite based data, then we have the drone data, and then we have this mobile ground truthing also. Again, I'm telling you, this agriculture data collection needed a lot of validation. Suppose like we all know that when we were using Google in 2005, 6, 7, when we are using Facebook in 2009, compared to Facebook algorithm in 2009 now, you will feel that your Facebook is more smarter right now, because it's got a huge amount of data. That's how artificial intelligence is working. In the similar way, this will happen in the agriculture also. So right from when we take the data, we analyze it. When I'm talking about analysis, like we do the remote sensing part. In the remote sensing part, we know that where is biotic stress, where is abiotic stress. If there is a stressed area, then it's what is the region. If there is a nutrient deficiency, then we can spray the nutrients, or if there is some disease, we can spray the same. And slowly, this technology is being now affordable. How? Here we need the business model, like lot of started entrepreneur. Then the government makes some, like you all guys would have been aware now with the previous sessions, the government is promoting FPOs, the agriculture entrepreneur, because everybody can't buy drone, and there is useless to buy everybody. For 1 or 2 acre, you don't need to buy drone. But in a village or in a panchayat or in a block, 2 to 3 people can buy a drones and they can serve it. So drone will be always feasible in India by the pay-per-use model, not just buying it, like an Ola, like anybody can go and ride the share. So we developed that kind of model also, and I will appreciate the entire industries and academia and our fellow companies, the startups who actually focused in these domains, because in India 300 million acres of the farmland is being cultivated every year, so huge opportunities are there. Then when I'm talking about lots of work you are doing on the hardware side, in hardware already China is leading or US is leading. But here comes like recently I visited the UK and I was in Cambridge, and I got to know that a lot of agriculture disease analysis works are happening there. India specifically has a huge amount of data, because of, suppose if we are talking about 300 million acre of the farm, a lot of varieties are there. We are the food surplus country. So here we can, but still we are a food surplus country, but we are lacking the nutrients also. But in our, the quantity wise we are doing good, but quality wise we are not doing good. So here the data will make it happen that suppose if you are a buyer, and buyer can see the farmer in the real time. So then we develop an app. This app, what it's doing, that from your drawing room you can see your farm. Suppose a lot of people are not doing farming, but they are interested. They have the farmland, but that farmland is being cultivated by someone who is not too much educated. We can't educate everyone over there. But suppose you are a IT engineer, you are a software engineer, you are a space, anybody is there in your. If you're sitting in Gurgaon today and you have a farmland in your UP, in your remote village, you can, with this app, you can order your drone spray and it will go to you the farmland. That's how app we have developed. And why you were doing it? Suppose like we needed, because right now agriculture is completely dependent on the subsidy and all. We are taking it as a completely rural thing. The beauty of the drone technology is this is the first technology which will come from the rural to urban. All the technology is coming from urban to rural. Like we deliver the vaccine and all, we delivered in the remote areas. In a similar way, this is very fascinating that when I'm doing this crop monitoring by drones, and you got the data like OLX and Uber, you can sell and buy your product within an area. I would very soon we are releasing app also. And in this domain, like I'm telling you, when like suppose everybody got the smartphone, then we got this Zomato and Ola and so in the similar way, when we will have a drone ecosystem in the entire country, suppose every block, every panchayat have drone and every crop is visible, then you can order it and the farmer will pluck it and will send it to you. That's the ecosystem is being developed by the drones, and this is not any fantasy story. This is happening slowly. So as I told you, I won't, because this is a academic session and I didn't prepare any extra PPT. So I used my company's PPT also. Whatever I'm telling, it's not specific to my company only, it's generic. So when I'm talking about drones, a lot of good companies are coming there. When I'm talking about good companies, suppose how in 1950s, we were not making cars. We were like US were making cars, Europe were making cars, but slowly we started to build the cars. Now we are the biggest car manufacturer. So in the similar way, drone will happen. Right now, indigenization is happening. A lot of other companies are building drones. We are also doing, good manufacturers are coming, but still it's not being produced on the larger scale. Because although we are talking a lot, our Honorable Prime Minister is promoting and every state is promoting, but still acceptance by the farmer is very less. Right now, we are doing a spraying activity with the UPL. Every day we are getting questions from the farmer, because farmer is not in our country. They are not being satisfied. If suppose there is a smart application, my drone is spraying less where there is no disease, but this is the psychology of the farmer. Oh, if it's not been sprayed properly, they are not happy with it. So it will take time. Then these the initiative will take, like you guys will be aware, create an awareness. It's okay if you are not putting too much pesticides. If there is a disease on the back, like suppose if you are wounded in your finger, you need to apply your medicine here only, not the entire body. But in agriculture right now, what's happening? They are applying the medicine on entire farmland. But that will take time when they will see the result, because the smartness. So one side, technology intervention is there, academic intervention is there, awareness is coming. Suppose when Zomato and Ola is coming, both the three things were existing. Driver were taking interest, rider were taking interest, and the companies were taking the interest. In the similar way, this complete ecosystem will have to mature. The government are taking good. Government is always the biggest, like they are the first mover. But if we will leave this technology for the government only, this is not going to happen. This will come in when you will, suppose you are knowing someone in your community, or so if they are spraying over there, lots of farmer will have some inquiries. Progressive farmer understand, but progressive farmers are very less. 80% farmers are the small and marginal farmers. If technology will be not accepted by them, it's useless. So now the job of like Just Agriculture and other companies who are creating these kind of awareness, then only we will be able to sustain this technology and deliver into the grassroots level. Because earlier we were knowing, suppose 10 years ago, if you will be telling someone that I will not pay you in the cash, they will be not accepting it. What UPI has changed. India is people are telling that we are a taboo country. No, we are the very accepting country once we won the trust. That's why I'm telling everyone in our industry that if you will create some trouble, like suppose your drone is not performing well, it will not harm your business only. It will damage the reputation of the entire ecosystem, the technology. If suppose lots of accident will happen, then it will not create the bad for that company only, or that initiative only. It will create, people will start to fear from that technology. If suppose lots of cyber fraud will happen to a start, it will not damage to that people only. Everybody will start to get fear. Nobody will put the money in the account. So as these technology are being matured, so similarly now drone needed a security compliances. So now I'll talk about the security compliances part of the drones. So to fly the drones, we need a complete a SOP kind of thing. That's why we are a lot of drone equipment farmer are operating. You don't need any kind of security compliances over there. You don't need any too much of that. Anybody can do that, can run the tractor and can do they can run the harvester. But for the drones, there are some kind of security compliances also. We need to keep that in the brain. Now I'm coming on the point right now. Still, although I'm talking about the economy of the spraying or these crop health monitoring, farmer is not going to pay 30 or 50 or 100 rupees per acre for the crop monitoring, because they are thinking that's not like, suppose what in the UPI also, why the Kirana was not accepting the payment. When they were knowing that, suppose like Bharat Pay founder told once in his interview that earlier the company were charging from the Kirana store. If you are accepting the payment, you will get the, so suppose if you are paying in the cash, then if suppose 1,000 customer is paying, you get 1,000. But if you will take from the online, you will get 990 rupees only. So that fear were not being, this technology were not being accepted by the people. But when it become very free, although there is a charges by the bank and all, but when it's free for both, like buyer and seller, the UPI got a huge amount of success. Indian farmer or buyer are very, very sensitive. So now these technology should be sponsored by government, agri input companies and agri output companies. They should have the interest over there. Suddenly farmer is not going to pay even at 10 rupees because they have it. Like, why they will fear? Because right now the perception that they are making loss. Yes, it's true. Although it's a very fantastic technology. Although we are telling, sir, we are able to tell your disease and then you will spray, you will get the loss. They don't have the confidence on our words. Slowly, slowly it will be accepted. So right now, still, per acre spray unit is very high with drones. It will achieve if lot of people will start. Suppose how much acres would have been spread right now in India? Not 2 lakh or 3 lakh, not even 1 million acre we have crossed. If the industry data, if you will collect. So we have not used even 0.001% of the drones. So we can't expect it should be economical feasible. But we are working towards the technology. Right now on my screen, you will be seeing some kind of helicopter kind of drones. Slowly, slowly, we are bringing this. Once we will mature, we will aware the farmer, we will use these. So even the per acre cost will be very less. Now, as I told you, we are making this kind of like app also. With the app, it's very feasible. Everything is on the app. So button dabao drone bulao kind of thing we are creating. In the drones, these kind of like how we have evolved the drones. We have developed one drone, then another drone and another drone. So it's being matured. Like in the smartphone, earlier version and the Android is being updated. Similarly, it's happening with the technology also. So what I'm going to tell you once, right now, one more thing I would like to highlight here. The day India will cover 20 to 30% of farmland with the drone, with the help of drones, automatically cargo drone will be in next future. Yeah, I'm telling you very right. It's very, it will look like I'm talking about some kind of fantasy movie. Yes. Right now, the delivery drones are being associated for the medicine delivery. So one side it will carry the medicine, and another side it will come back with the produce, the fresh produce. Suppose someone is growing a organic, why the organic produce market is not being marketed? Why the flower is not being marketed in the real time? Again, it's a very challenging. So if I'm talking about after 2030, when the new generation will be doing the farming, everybody will not just grow the paddy and rice. Some people will be growing brinjal, some people will be growing a special avocado, and it's some kind of like the food, the exotic kind of food also. But that time the logistics will be solved, because these spraying drone, this mapping drone is creating like a small hub kind of drone. So there will be a drone port in, if I'm okay, in 2000, maybe in after 10 to 15 years, there will be drone port in every village. So drone port will be feasible, but it will start from the agriculture. The drone will be mature. Right now it carrying 10 kg, 20 kg, then it will be carrying 50, 200 and 500 kg. So the ecosystem, the software ecosystem, the hardware ecosystem, the purchasing power of the farmer is being increased. So again, one more big challenge I'm seeing in the farming industry right now. If you're eating today, if you're having a food today, pulses is coming from one places, the chili is coming from one places, paddy is coming from the one places. How beautiful this ecosystem are there. So entire supply chain will be managed if the data from the source is accurate. If you will ask any people, any industry right now, what are the bigger chance? They know that lump sum, okay, there will be 10 ton or 10 quintal or 1,000 metric ton of wheat right now. That is predictable. But very soon you will have the accurate data about the drones. with the who is growing what. Now again, coming on the technical part, with the drone, we are doing simply three things: image analysis, sensor analysis, and spectrum analysis. Here becoming a big challenge. Let me give you an example of the layman. If you are using a thermometer to identify the fever, we know that 99 degrees is not fever, but 102 is a fever. So there is a threshold. We know that. But in the drone, when we are talking about this, when we are taking this data, there is no threshold because data keep changing. The value of the remote sensing data is keep changing. So right now, some industry needed to focus on that part. What like which reading should be, there is a lot of false reading also, like if there is a shadow, if there is a weather. And then the third one challenge again, I told you that the biggest problem in agriculture is the climate. Still, if there is a rain has the delay, so climate resilient agriculture needed a lot of focus. Like suppose if we all know that this climate challenge change is not earlier it was like a theoretical thing, it was like NGO thing, but this is now attacking on our food. The diseases, in the new kind of diseases, the infestation, the low cost, every problem has the root of the climate change. So developing such kind of seeds, developing the package of practice, again, this can be covered by the data of the drones. But drone itself can't fly in the extreme weather. So even the drone needed to be like say, if there is a little dizzy, you can go and you can drive a tractor, you can drive a boom spray, but you cannot operate the weather. So the new kind of drone will need, if suppose there is a gusty wind, if there is if suppose there is in a lot of areas, like in this right now in this condition, in the cold weather, a lot of wind will be there, a lot of sunlight will be not there. In this time also, how we will be able to analyze the data with the remote sensing, it's a big challenge. There a lot of companies, some companies are doing some fantabulous work also, like in hyperspectral pixels are doing. So, but again, it's very early right now. So now from the image analysis, we are coming on the sensor analysis, then the spectral analysis. A lot of companies are developing IoTs. Now IoTs are limited still on the, like in the grapes farm or some the cash crop only. What these IoTs are doing, they are making the threshold. Suppose how much, like if there is a liquid, if there is a sensor about the moisture. So right now we don't, if I'm a drone company, I don't know how much moisture should be maintained by the wheat. Slowly it will be a norms. Our company, we will be able to know that, oh, this moisture is okay, this moisture in this particular crop is not okay. So these IoT, again, before, like I told you, before this, the telecom revolution, like Geo came and make an entire ecosystem. Then suppose Geo would have made the entire tower, but the smartphone wouldn't have been that capable. Again, it would have been full. So these ecosystem matured along with, like Geo came, in the internet came, the data came, the smart hardware came, and these kind of applications came. So your phone, application in that phone, and this telecom tower work closely. So in the similar manner, in the agriculture, will not just agriculture. When I'm talking about, if you are covering the agriculture, you are covering the most aspect of the life. Suppose if it was one right now, if there is a spraying drone, and suppose one drone will be carrying a 40 kg 50 kg for a distance of 20 30 40 kilometer, it can be used for the medicine also, like we used for our agriculture helicopter for the medicine delivery, and it worked very fantabulous in the hilly areas. So what I'm trying to tell you is that a lot of career opportunities are here right now. A lot of industrial, a lot of awareness are there. A lot of people are making farming some fashionable thing right now. Right now, some people now agriculture graduates are not no more taboo thing. Some more talented people can also come. So that kind of changes. And thanks goes again. I'm telling you, times to time, thanks go to like these kind of initiatives that like agriculture, like just agriculture. They are making it very, you are, suppose when we had some kind of platform over there, when people are appreciating about us, why human need recognition and respect. So if you are an engineer, you are getting recognition and respect by a lot of platform. But if you are an agriculturist, if you are a drone pilot, but if you're not getting recognition in the society, you will not have that kind of motivation. So I'm actually very happy that these kind of initiatives are being taken now by the industry and academia. Now I'm coming the last slide of my presentation, where I will take the questions. Just let me share one more slides. I'm playing a small video here. You guys will know that how, like when I would like to show you that how this data is being processed. So this is how our dashboard, it's the older version of dashboard, how these data are being taken place, how the images are being processed. You will see that there is a drone data, and after the drone data, we are analyzing the farm stations, then yield estimation, a lot of ground truthing is happening. So a lot of image storage we are building. It's not limited to the paddy and wheat only. Because for us, every flower is very unique. But we are putting in the system with the name and the nomenclature, and so our system is being more and more trained. So how this drone are taking place? These are the drones software. We are creating path and all. Yeah. So now there is a picture in your screen. It's from the naked eye you will see the same picture. From the naked eye it will seem okay. Both crops are doing good. Both are green. So, but when you will see with multispectral camera. So you will see there is a problem in the 40% stress is less found in this plot. Like suppose if you right now, if you will see me, okay, you are okay. But with the naked eye, until unless you are not a doctor, or maybe you are not a Ayurvedic doctor, you will not checking my vein. You can't know. You will try to identify by temperature and all. But suppose if you have my X-ray report, or if you have my MRI report, you can read it. The similar way, when we are seeing with the naked eye, we are not seeing the disease or stress. But with this multispectral camera, we are seeing that, okay, the second plot is making less food. So definitely it needed more nutrition. Now the identification of the plot is also possible. So anybody, so like suppose when you guys would have heard about the cloud kitchen by the Zomato. I'm taking these examples. You don't need any big restaurant. You just need a kitchen, and you can start your business. I'm visualizing a future. Do the farming. You don't need it's not that you must own the farm. Someone will have the farm. If you are interested, if you are you can hire that land, and you can do the entire cultivation over there by sitting in your home. You don't need to even go there. So that kind of future we are visualizing. Now, I would be happy to answer any kind of queries of you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And participants can drop their queries in the chat box as participants have joined here, or they can just raise hand and we have an interaction with sir. Sir, जब तक participants के question आते हैं, I just want to ask you some personal question on my own behalf. Sir,
Yes.
जैसे आपने mention की बहुत ही important बातें, like climate change है, we can't control climate agriculture का सबसे बड़ा दुश्मन है. So जैसे I have done my work like MSc and PhD work on vegetable crops. So जब मेरा PhD का work था, I have 2 साल का डाटा था, like तो मैंने ग्रो किया था colored capsicum in the poly house. फर्स्ट ईयर में इतनी प्रॉब्लम्स नहीं थी, लाइक वायरस का अटैक आ गया था लास्ट स्टेजेस में, पर तब तक मेरा ट्रायल ओवर हो चुका था. लेकिन जो सेकंड ईयर था उसमें हमें पता ही नहीं चला, लाइक वो कंसेक्यूटिव सीजन था, 1 सीजन एंड देन नेक्स्ट सीजन, और उसमें इतनी सारी प्रॉब्लम्स आई. लाइक मैं तो रोज डाटा लेती हूँ, रोज चेक करती हूँ, लेकिन फिर भी आज मेरी क्रॉप बिल्कुल अच्छी थी, और कल ही मेरी क्रॉप में इतने ज्यादा अटैक था ऑफ द स्पोडोप्टेरा लिट्यूरा, द टोबैको कैटरपिलर, और वो सर इतना ज्यादा फास्टली फीड करता है कि उसको कंट्रोल करना बहुत ही ज्यादा मुश्किल होता है. एंड देन गवर्नमेंट इज सेइंग दैट वी कैन डू ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग एंड वी कैन डू नेचुरल फार्मिंग, बट अगर मैंने अपनी क्रॉप बचानी है, ओवरनाइट मेरी क्रॉप को कोई पेस्ट खा रहा है, तो मतलब मैं तो बचाऊंगी ना, तो मैं तो कुछ ना कुछ उसमें स्प्रे करूंगी. सर वैसे हम उस चीज को हम कैसे, जैसे आपका प्लेटफॉर्म के थ्रू या आपकी जो ऐप है उसके थ्रू, हम उस चीज को कैसे पता लगा सकते हैं कि विद इन 1 ईयर किस तरह से हमारा क्लाइमेट चेंज होने वाला है, और सेम लोकेशन पे सेम पॉली हाउस में नेक्स्ट ईयर क्या प्रॉब्लम आने वाली है, और उससे कैसे बचें. वेदर मतलब rather than we are taking data regularly, we are observing the plants regularly.
Yeah, so देखिए like everything start from, that's why I'm telling you ना कि सीड ट्रीटमेंट से ही शुरू होता है. If you when I'm talking about this climate resilient, you need आपका सीड भी उसमें ये होना चाहिए. अभी यूपीएल के साथ हम लोग एक प्रोजेक्ट करने जा रहे हैं गुजरात में फॉर पोटैटो. सो इन द पोटैटो सिमिलर वी गॉट टू नो कि अगर फंगल है तो विद इन 48 आवर्स आपको स्प्रे करना, नहीं तो वो सारा चीज हो जाएगा. So like I told you, जैसा भी होता है ना जोमेटो में आपका फास्टेस्ट डिलीवरी हो जाता है, बिकॉज यू नो दैट देयर इज रेस्टोरेंट एंड देयर इज। तो अभी सबसे पहले तो एक इकोसिस्टम की जरूरत है कि ड्रोन ऑलमोस्ट सारे डिस्ट्रिक्ट में नियर बाय रहे। अभी क्या होता है कि दिल्ली से कोई ड्रोन जाएगा, जाने में ही लॉजिस्टिक में लग जाएगा। सो दैट इज ए बिजनेस चैलेंज, वो धीरे धीरे सॉल्व हो रहा है। दूसरी बात रही कि आपने बताया पॉली हाउस में, तो पॉली हाउस में तो ऑलरेडी रेगुलेटेड है। अगेन जब जैसे अभी सैटेलाइट का डेटा कई दशकों के बाद आके प्रेडिक्टेबल हो रहा है, तो व्हेन अगेन एंड अगेन वी आर फ्लाइंग विद द ड्रोन्स विद द मल्टी स्पेक्ट्रल कैमरा, और तो आपके पास क्या होता है, सबसे पहले आप एनालिसिस करते हो, राइट, फिर कंपैरिजन करते हो। लाइक सपोज कि 10 दिन पहले क्या डेटा था, क्या उसकी स्थिति थी, और 10 दिन बाद क्या, और आपने क्या ट्रीटमेंट किया तो उसका क्या हुआ। तो एवरी अगर टू टाइमलाइन का डेटा आपके पास आता है, तो डेटा के ब्यूटिफिकेशन इसमें कि आप कंपेयर कर सकते हो। द मोमेंट आपने डेटा को कंपेयर किया, तो आप प्रेडिक्शन कर सकते हो कि यार मैंने मेरे कैप्सिकम में मैंने ये किया और मैंने ये ट्रीटमेंट किया, तो मेरा प्रेडिक्शन ये था कि भाई आगे आने वाला डिजीज होगा ये नहीं, क्योंकि प्रेडिक्शन सिस्टम, आपका प्रेडिक्शन इंटेलिजेंस इज कंप्लीटली डिपेंड ऑन द पास्ट डेटा। So suppose on every, if suppose in there will be a time, एक हैप्पी टाइम होगा जब इंडिया में सारे क्रॉप के ऊपर से ड्रोन गुजर रहा है, या सैटेलाइट अब 4 दिन में होना स्टार्ट हुआ है। द मोमेंट सैटेलाइट का ज्यादा वो रेगुलेशन हुआ, हमारा जो अलर्ट सिस्टम, आपने देखा होगा कि आज से 15-20 साल पहले मौसम विभाग जो घोषणा करता था, तो लोग वो एक्यूरेट नहीं होता था, आजकल बहुत एक्यूरेट हो रही है। तो बिकॉज एक तो फ्रिक्वेंट सैटेलाइट जा रहा है, और प्रेडिक्शन मॉडल बहुत ज्यादा इंटेलिजेंट हो गया है। सिमिलर वे क्रॉप में भी ये जो एल्गोरिदम हम लोगों ने डेवलप किया है कि एनालिसिस हुआ, कंपेयर हुआ, फिर प्रेडिक्शन सिस्टम तैयार हो गया। Again, this will be crop specific and this will be area specific. Suppose similar capsicum would have performed very different in the same another environment, the temperature. So when I'm talking about कि soil हो, temperature हो, moisture हो, possible हो सकता है कि contaminated आपका शुरुआती स्टेज में ही हो गया हो, and you were not able to identify this. फिर उसके बाद अलर्ट, इट्स ए वेरी, अगेन आई एम टेलिंग यू कि आप हमें डिजीज पता चल गया, बट आपको जो वहां पे एक्शन लेने वाला है उसको रियल टाइम अलर्ट नहीं मिला। लाइक अभी क्या हो रहा है ड्रोन इकोसिस्टम में, हमारे पास डेटा आया, 24 घंटा लग गया, 24 घंटा हमने प्रोसेसिंग में लिया, 48 घंटा, और फिर अगला 24 घंटा मेरे को ये मैसेज पहुंचाने में, क्योंकि हमने एजेंसी को दिया और एजेंसी फिर फार्मर को पहुंचाएगा, तो सारा समय वो हो गया। सो अगर ये रियल टाइम, नियर रियल टाइम अलर्ट क्रिएट हो जाए, तो दैट विल बी, आप उस पर एक्शन ले सकते हो। फिर उसके बाद क्या हुआ कि सिम्टम्स, अब आपने एक एक्सपीरियंस ले लिया, आपके पास 2 ईयर का डेटा है, 1 ईयर में आपने बताया कि एवरीथिंग वाज गुड, तो उस चीज का आपके पास होगा कि भाई मॉइस्चर आपने कैसा मेंटेन किया था, आपने वेदर कैसा मेंटेन किया था, आपने क्या सीड ट्रीटमेंट किया था, आपने क्या व्हाटएवर द केमिकल आपने अप्लाइड किया, और इस सीजन में आपने क्या किया, राइट। तो 2 साल का डेटा होने से आप अगली बार आप जो करेंगे, तो यू विल हैव द मोर इनसाइट अबाउट द थिंग। पैकेज ऑफ प्रैक्टिस आप पहले ईयर का ज्यादा बेटर प्रेफर करोगे रादर देन सेकंड ईयर का, कुछ भी आपको इस सिमिलरिटी मिलेगी, तो ये पैकेज ऑफ प्रैक्टिस हमें चेंज करेगा। देन कमिंग ऑन द सॉल्यूशंस, द मोमेंट अभी क्या है ना कि ये जैसे आपने लोकस्ट को देखा होगा, राइट, लोकस्ट एक एग्जांपल है, या कभी कभी क्या होता है कोई एक स्पेशल डिजीज हमारे नेपाल साइड में आया, रातों रात खत्म कर दिया। तो अब ये आता, व्हाई दे आर, इट्स नॉट अबाउट जस्ट कि इन्फेस्टेशन हो, तुरंत वो कंटामिनेटेड हो गया, व्हाई दैट प्लांट अट्रैक्टेड दैट डिजीजेस। अब हम लोग को उस डायरेक्शन में भी जाना पड़ेगा। सो वी फ्रॉम द नेक्स्ट, इसमें तो जो हो गया सो हो गया, वी कैन डू द ट्रीटमेंट ओनली। सो बेटर देन ट्रीटमेंट, इट्स ऑल अबाउट द प्रिवेंशन। अभी हम लोग कोविड में कर रहे हैं ना कि एवरीबॉडी इज गॉट वैक्सीनेटेड, सो वी आर वर्किंग ऑन द सॉल्यूशन कि भाई नेक्स्ट टाइम से हम अपने पौधे को इतना मजबूत बनाएं, या उसमें ऐसा नॉट आई एम प्रेफरिंग जस्ट केमिकल, कि ऐसा पैकेज ऑफ प्रैक्टिस हो कि वो इस पार्टिकुलर जो नया वेरिएंट वायरस है उससे अफेक्टेड हो, मतलब हम उसको बूस्टर देके पहले से रखे, हमारा जो डिजीज है वो मोर, हमारा जो क्रॉप है वो मोर रिजेलिएंट है। सो इंटायर दिस, जो मुझे बोलने में 5 मिनट लग गया, लेकिन ये जो हैपन होता है विद इन सेकंड, नैनो सेकंड होता है। दिस इज द ब्यूटी ऑफ द कंप्यूटर। सो यू नीड द कंप्यूटेशन, यू नीड द डेटा कलेक्शन ऑन एवरी प्लेटफॉर्म।
एक्चुअली सर, या दिस इज रिक्वायर्ड बिकॉज हमको तो फिर भी पता है कि अच्छा इस स्टेज में ये प्रॉब्लम आ गई, तो हाउ वी शुड ट्रीट इट, या अगर हमारा पेस्ट सिनेरियो चेंज हो रहा है, डिजीज सिनेरियो चेंज हो रहा है, तो हमारा जो स्केड्यूल है या हमारी जो प्रैक्टिसेस हैं वो भी चेंज होंगी। पर जो स्मॉल एंड मार्जिनल फार्मर्स हैं, दे डोंट नो, लाइक उनको अगर क्लाइमेट चेंज की वजह से उनका पेस्ट स्टेटस भी चेंज हो रहा है, तो उनका जो स्प्रे का स्केड्यूल है या उनकी जो प्रैक्टिसेस हैं वो नहीं चेंज होती हैं, वो उस चीज के लिए उनके अंदर जो है वो अवेयरनेस नहीं है। तो जो आप बता रहे हो, जो आपके कंपनी इसमें काम कर रही है, या जो डाटा जनरेट होगा, इससे आई थिंक बहुत ज्यादा हेल्प होगी हमारे फार्मर्स की, और उनको पता चलेगा कि उनको किस टाइम पे क्या स्प्रे करना है या क्या प्रैक्टिसेस फॉलो करनी है। सो दिस इज रियली कमेंडेबल सर। एंड नाउ वी हैव the queries from participants. Participants has raised their hand and they can just unmute themselves and ask their questions. Chandan
Hello.
Mishra and yeah.
नमस्कार सर. हेलो.
हाँ जी, नमस्कार. नमस्कार.
हाँ नमस्कार सर. मधुबनी बिहार से सर बात कर रहे हैं. सर यहाँ पर एक्चुअल ये ड्रोन का जो ट्रेनिंग चल रहा है उसमें हम लोग बिहार में लगभग 10 इयर्स से सर 3-4 जो आइटम है उससे मैंगो है, लीची है और ये दोनों में देख रहे हैं कि क्लाइमेट चेंज का असर ये हो रहा है कि 1 ईयर गैप करके फ्रूटिंग हो रहा है सर. तो एक तो ये बात है और दूसरा ये है कि सर उसमें फ्रूट में जब वो मजर आता है मैंगो में तो अचानक से 10 से 15 दिन में वो खराब हो जाता है, जो मतलब उसमें जो ये जो कीड़ा लगता है सर. तो ड्रोन से क्या हम लोग ऊपर में जो स्प्रे कराते हैं केमिकल्स का वो ऊपर तक नहीं जा पाता है, लेबर कॉस्ट भी काफी हाई है और जो पुराने मैंगोज ट्रे है वो उसमें बहुत लंबा लंबा है तो उसमें हम लोग उसका छिड़काव नहीं कर पाते हैं प्रॉपर ऊपर तक. तो ये ट्रेनिंग के दौरान हमने देखा है कि यदि ये संभव हो सकता है क्या, क्योंकि ये काफी एरिया में, मधुबनी के काफी एरिया में और मुजफ्फरपुर में लीची का जो है, तो लीची में चलो फिर भी हैंड से हो जाता है लेकिन मैंगो ट्रीज में काफी परेशानी हो रही है फार्मर्स को. तो 2-3 साल से हमने इसको बहुत नजदीकी से देखा है. तो क्या ये ड्रोन टेक्नोलॉजी का या ट्रेनिंग लेने के बाद इसको यदि इंटरप्रेन्योर के रूप में हम एक्साइटेड हैं क्योंकि बहुत सारे किसान इससे अफेक्टेड हो रहे हैं, तो क्या इसका हम इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं और वो कितना बेनिफिट होगा?
चंदन बाबू, हम लोग घर मधुबनी है. व्हाट आई एम टेलिंग, आई एम आल्सो फ्रॉम द मधुबनी ओनली. ओके, सो दो चीज है कि मधुबनी, आपने ये सही कहा. आज से 2 साल पहले मैं जब ड्रोन भेजा था, तो एक तो क्या है कि मैंगो वाला प्रॉब्लम, सबसे पहले हमें मैपिंग करनी होगी. जो मैंने बताया कि मैपिंग से हमें पता चलेगा एग्जैक्टली क्या डिजीज का ये होना है. वहां पे है जिसको हम लोग गाची बोलते हैं या बागान बोलते हैं, 2 एकड़ 5 एकड़ 10 एकड़ में ऐसे होते हैं. एंड दैट इज ए कैश क्रॉप. सो सबसे पहले एक बार हम लोग मैपिंग कर लें सीजन में 2 से 3 बार. उसके बाद जो फ्यूम आप स्प्रे में देखेंगे कि एक तो होता है कि भाई लिक्विड स्प्रे करते हैं, एक फ्यूमिंग वाला भी होता है जिसमें हम धुआं ये करते हैं. तो इसके लिए ड्रोन तो समझिए एग्जिस्टिंग इकोसिस्टम से कई जगह बढ़ी, कई बेटर इसमें. एक तो सबसे पहले जब आप मैपिंग कर लेंगे यू विल हैव द आइडिया अबाउट कि भाई एक्चुअल में डिजीज क्या है. क्योंकि सबसे बड़ा यही होता है कि जब अर्ली स्टेज में हो जाता है, जब मंजर रहता है, मंजर ढीला पड़ जाता है, कोई अटैक होता है, मंजर ही झड़ गया तो वो होगा ही नहीं. तो वहां पे 2 टाइप का प्रॉब्लम है, एक डिजीज का और एक न्यूट्रिशंस का. जो पुराने पौधे हैं, अगेन हर साल क्रॉप होता नहीं है. तो एक तो आपको नीचे में जो रूट में ट्रीटमेंट करना है, दैट यू मस्ट डू इट. एंड इन द सिमिलर वे जो एरियल ट्रीटमेंट आप कर सकते हो, जो मैपिंग के थ्रू कर सकते हो बहुत सारे पौधों में. तो जब आप मैपिंग कर लोगे तो आपको नाम पता चलेगा, आपको डिजीज का आइडिया हो जाएगा. तो फिर आपको एग्रोनॉमिस्ट आपको सजेस्ट कर पाएंगे कि भाई रूट में आपको क्या ट्रीटमेंट करना है. एंड सिमिलर वे जब डिजीज आता है तो चूंकि नीचे से आप स्प्रे करोगे तो डेफिनेटली इट्स वेरी चैलेंजिंग. So drone can be actually it will be very useful. And I would like to highlight you कि मधुबनी में रांटी रोड पे मैंने एक स्टेशन डाल भी दिया है, क्योंकि मेरा गांव भी है. एंड एवरीबडी वाज टेलिंग मी कि लाइक वहां पे बहुत बड़ी खेती नहीं होती. ये एक मिथ है. हमने देखा है कि अभी भी फार्मर के वहां पे लेबर का बहुत बड़ा चैलेंजेस है. तो इस सीजन में आपको मिले डिस्ट्रिक्ट एग्रीकल्चर ऑफिस से भी हमें ये है रिकमेंडेशन. और इस सीजन में आप वहां से हायर भी कर सकते हैं हमारे ऐप से, या फोन कर देंगे. आप खासकर हम लोग मैंगो को टारगेट कर रहे हैं, मैंगो अपने इसमें और लीची अपने मुजफ्फरपुर में. तो वहां पे हमारा स्टेशन है, 2 ड्रोन हम लोग भेज रहे हैं. और वी कैन एटलीस्ट हम लोग सोच रहे हैं कि कम से कम 4-5 हजार फार्मर को टच करें इस सीजन में.
Thank you, sir. And one thing which I want to add on as an horticulturist, because जो इन्होंने बोला कि एक सीजन में फ्रूट आता है और एक सीजन में फ्रूट नहीं आता है, एक्चुअली ये हमारे नॉर्थ इंडिया की प्रॉब्लम है. नॉर्थ इंडिया में हमारे मैंगो में ऑल्टरनेट बियरिंग या बाइनियल बियरिंग की प्रॉब्लम रहती है. तो उसके लिए ये एग्रीकल्चर डिपार्टमेंट में या हॉर्टिकल्चर डिपार्टमेंट में जाके भी कंसल्ट कर सकते हैं. तो ये सब कुछ न्यूट्रिशनल इम्बैलेंस की वजह से भी होता है, लाइक फॉस्फेट का अगर लो डोज हो तो उसके लिए भी आप जाके अपने जो भी आपके हॉर्टिकल्चर डेवलपमेंट ऑफिसर हैं उनके साथ भी आप बातचीत कर सकते हैं, वो भी आपको अच्छे से गाइड करेंगे, बिकॉज ये एक प्रॉब्लम है नॉर्थ इंडिया में कि एक साल में बहुत अच्छा फ्रूट आता है एंड सेकेंड ईयर में फ्रूट नहीं होता है। नेक्स्ट, yes sir, one question we had in the chat box is, what is the mechanism involved in identifying moisture stress in plot which you have showed in the video? This is a question from one of the participant.
देखिए hyper, so two thing is there, now the moisture content is able to, like there are some companies called Pharma and all, they are doing some evaporations analysis by satellite, but satellite is not giving accuracy. With the hyperspectral imaging, you have the 40 band. So with that 40 band, you are able to identify the water content in that particular plant. And then you do some analysis. With this way, you are able to identify the, and then there is a comparison between moisture of the soil, and we do some kind of thermal imaging also. So these compare the data, like, so how much heat found in the particular plant and how much heat found in this particular land and in the soil. So these comparison give some kind of more insight about status of the moisture content, but not that much accurate. What will give you the ground sensor, but better. But from the aerial with the hyperspectral image analysis, you will have the little bit more idea with the moisture content and some kind of evaporation content also.
ओके सर। सर अनदर क्वेश्चन, जैसे कि आपने अभी बताया कि आपने मधुबनी बिहार में अपना ड्रोन स्टेशन जो है ओपन किया है, तो हमारी कंट्री के किन किन पार्ट्स में आपका जो ड्रोन स्टेशन वाला जो कॉन्सेप्ट है वो वर्किंग है, फंक्शनल है?
हाँ देखिए, पहले क्या था ना कि अगेन दीज थिंग्स वेयर R&D बिफोर, आज से 3-4 महीना पहले मैं ऑलरेडी, मेरा सेंटर चल रहा था बिहार में, मोकामा में चल रहा था, एंड देयर वर सम, बट वी वर डूइंग ऑन द R&D basis. But now some company like Mahindra and UPL, they are coming with us. So they have given more than 100 locations right now. Already 20 locations we have started to serve. So that is MP में 5 district हैं. And but within the March we are trying to operate more than 100 districts. एक districts में हम लोग हर district में बनाते जा रहे हैं, but with help of corporate partners, not with the help of पहले ये था कि government का initiative था, but now it's because again वो जो minimum average quantity होती है as a businessman, as a startup, वो हमें ये companies promise कर रही है अपने marketing activities से, तो हम लोग 100 वी आर टारगेटिंग दैट, एंड हमारा ऐप जो है सो 2 से 3 दिन के बाद आपको प्ले स्टोर पर अवेलेबल हो जाएगा, वो आपको दिखा देगा जब मोमेंट आप लॉग इन करते हो, तो नियर बाय कौन सा आपका स्टेशन है आपको पता चल जाएगा ऐप से।
ओके सर, दैट्स वेरी ग्रेट। बहुत अच्छा हो जाएगा अगर फार्मर्स को अपने फोन के थ्रू ये हेल्प मिलेगी और ये इन्फॉर्मेशन मिलेगी, इवन स्टूडेंट्स को भी। हाँ जी सर, ये बहुत अच्छा हो जाएगा। एंड नाउ वी आर डन विद द क्वेश्चंस, एंड आई जस्ट वांट टू थैंक यू फॉर स्पेयरिंग द वैल्यूएबल टाइम फॉर आवर दिस सेशन एंड टेलिंग अस अबाउट द app and about all the things about your company. So it was a quite informative session and interactive as well. So thank you sir, thank you for your precious time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So dear participants, this day marks the last day of Drone Manthan, and thank you all for joining and showing your trust in Just Agriculture. And we will continue organizing such training programs in online as well as offline mode. So stay connected with us and don't leave the WhatsApp groups, because in 7 to 10 days we will send the link to download your certificate in the groups only, and further information about our coming programs will be shared in the WhatsApp groups only. So stay connected.